There are multiple of the stories referred to the crazy religious cults with tons of the fans and crazy autocracy leaders who chase nothing but their own profit. They just spread their ideas among the people who do not understand how this world really works, who are in lack of education, and sometimes those cults just vaporize because they're being exposed. And even the brainwashed people have to admit and condemn the cult itself. Well, today we're gonna speak about this exact story connected to delusional people who still think that the earth we live all on is flat. I think that you know about that theory, the theory of the flat earth. So that cult, the Delulu philosophy, was just dismantled with a simple experiment in Antarctica, with the project named the Final Experiment, where people were delivered to Antarctica by plane to witness no sunset, no sunrise during this particular period of the year. People who went there were divided by two of the teams. One is the Flat Earth team, really people, influencers who support the theory of the flat earth, and the Globe team, people who believe in science. So we are now on this YouTube channel. The video was published just 5 days ago, so it's kind of the fresh one. Here we go with the guy who organized this event. Definitely, yes, it could be that hot in Antarctica because the sun never goes down. Yes, the temperature as average is kind of cold, but the climate is very dry and the sun rays really warm you up. But there is ice and snow because still the outside temperature is lower than the freezing point. If you like to go to the mountains, for example, for skiing, you understand what I mean. It works almost the same in a sunny day. So the first group went to the South America and they traveled by plane. Plane landed actually in Antarctica. They have to cover some of the distance by their own feet to reach the local camp. They even went live from Antarctica, yes, both of the teams. Pastor Will Duffy, who organized the tickets for the flat earthness. And they joined this final experiment to understand whether the earth is really round or not. And you know, judging on this time lapse, sun never goes down. There were tons of the cameras tracking this object, mysterious object named sun, flying in the skies, and it was rotating around the earth. Yes, but in fact it is the earth rotation around the sun, because this action is completely impossible if you follow the flat earth theory. You see, the flat earthness usually publish this kind of the picture showing that we live on the disk which is flying somewhere in the space. Yeah, there are some other pictures, but mainly they convinced that this is the model where all of the continents, all of the distances are being distorted, because you actually cannot project the round object on something really flat. And even in the standard Google Maps there are huge distortions, because again you cannot project the round object. You see the Greenland, it's huge. It is almost the size of the South America, but in fact it's not like that. And the real size of Russia is obviously much smaller compared to what you see on the map. So according to the flat earth theory, the sun rotates around the disk somewhere. Moreover, it directly sunlights some of the specific spot like a flashlight. The moon is also somewhere nearby, lighting some other region but with much dimmer light, as you understand. But the experiment which the guys did in Antarctica, and actually it's very hard to call it an experiment because there are just tons of the scientists who experience the same stuff all the time. So now during the winter time there is the polar day, and during the summertime there is the polar night in Antarctica. It means that according to this theory, the sun should always light up this wall of ice, as flat earthness call it. So according to this, there should be at least 2 of the suns existing, lighting up different parts of the earth, which is beyond craziness even for the flat earth theory. Here I'll partially refer to Seaman Dan. He has his YouTube channel which is kind of big. Why? Well, because I don't want to look through all of those videos from the final experiment published, streamed. So this guy already did the analysis and I recommend you to check out this video. But here I will show you the reaction of the people who support the flat earth theory.
Well, after a bit of time had passed and they'd all adjusted to their new surroundings, Will went live on his Final Experiment YouTube channel and he invited Jeran to step forward. Here we go.
Jeran is the supporter of the flat earth theory, and plus he is also influencer. He has his own YouTube channel, and he was one of the 3 guys who were paid by Pastor to go to Antarctica.
All right, guys. Sometimes you are wrong in life.
So straight away, I want to say well done to Jeran. Huge kudos to you for admitting you were wrong about something.
Yes. The sun rotates around Antarctica during this period of the year. It's the known fact, but sometimes the Lulu guys need to see everything with their own eyes to believe.
Now, this was not an admission that he was wrong about flat Earth, unfortunately, but baby steps.
And I thought that there was no 24-hour sun. In fact, I was pretty sure of it. But I respect.
So he was sure that there was no 24-hour sun. He didn't believe any sort of the scientific materials published, and he didn't believe the logic of the round earth because it's very, very logical. So he wanted to go there on his own, and he still believes in his freaking stupid theory, even though he admitted that the sun is there for 24 hours and he thought that it wasn't like that.
Respect Will Duffy for being a stand-up guy, at least in the way that he kept saying it was true. I kept saying it wasn't. He said, "You want to go? I'll take you," and brought me here. And it's a fact. The sun does circle you in the sun.
And you know, he moves like he's kind of nervous here.
Now, this should mean immediately that the AE map, the model that most flat earthers subscribe to, this one right here, is finished. However, we know it won't be, will it?
So what does that mean? You guys are going to have to figure that out yourself. Don't listen to my beliefs or my opinion. It shouldn't matter to you. But at least you should be able to accept that the sun does exactly what these guys said as far as circles the southern continent. So
it's not the sun circles the southern continent. It's the earth circles around the sun and it changes its direction while throughout the year, basically.
That's about it. I realize that I'll be called a shill for just saying that. And you know what? If you're a shill for being honest, so be it. I honestly believe there was no 24-hour sun. I honestly now believe there is. That's it. If you want to call me a shill, so be it.
Guys, I'm laughing because I'm the airline pilot. I understand how this thing works, that there is no way that Earth is flat, because basically the air travels won't be possible. We have GPS, we have gyro systems, which work because the Earth is round and it rotates. But for the flat earthers, everything of that is bullshit, and they even stated that this experiment, the final experiment, is a big hoax filmed somewhere with the green screens.
And this was one of my first fears regarding this endeavour. I knew that people going would be ostracised from the flat earth community, and I do fear that this is the fate in store for Jeran. But this is a good thing all round. Don't worry.
I'll live to see another day, and at least I know that I got to see it. And I just want to say thanks to Will. Through everything, you've been at least kind to me, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate the trip. If you guys want to, my whole master plan worked for getting a free trip out here and to, but no, it's amazing. I can't even tell you. Flying in was the best thing I've ever seen. So looking around, best thing I've ever seen.
As you can see, he's quite shaken that he's had to admit this.
Yes, he is shaken. He doesn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do by that time, so his body language explains everything, that he built his own community, his social media around the flat earth theory, and that theory starts to collapse and he witnessed it with his own eyes. Like, how can you prove the otherwise? Yeah, I guess it's kind of interesting.
Who knows where Jeran will end up, but I'm hoping he's on the path back to the globe. Who knows?
So, how could I give him a hard time for bringing me down here? $35,000 trip. It's been incredible. It will continue to be incredible. We've got some tracking mounts swinging around seeing the sun. What does it mean? You have to figure it out. To me, it means that the AE map no longer works, but that doesn't mean that I'm right. It means that it could work. You'll have to figure out how, because I've...
So this map, he admits, is not working. This is a bullshit, but they still want to figure out how it might work. He said that the main problem with the flat earth theory that you should come out with the crazy, unscientific ideas to explain everything. Then at the same time, if we say that the earth is round as it really is, everything from the scientific perspective and from our eyewitness perspective works absolutely perfectly. And it's really astonishing because I see many of the people follow that bullshit. It's like a global hallucination. Then we were speaking about drones in the skies. Then people film basically airplanes and call them drones. Even Elon Musk, yes, the Lulu Elon Musk, was making fun of the people filming planes and calling them drones. Well, what can I say? It's just one more Delulu cult religions out there connected to absolute nonsense. And what they say that everything behind this theory is that humanity is locked in the earth, and behind that wall of ice there is something unknown. You know, the higher forces, they're doing their terrible experiments on our people. Wow, they don't want us to see everything. And you know, guys who believe in those kind of the theories usually also believe in aliens, chemtrails, and so on. I also heard a theory that the birds are not the birds, but they are flying robots with the cameras and they spy on us.
So no answers from Jeran, and as I said, he seems pretty gutted about that revelation. Next up, we're going to look at Witsit Getsit's response, and he was not quite so magnanimous.
What's up? So obviously haven't actually seen the sun for 24 hours, but it is doing what they said it would do. Very clear that there was a 24-hour sun. We obviously haven't actually seen the sun for 24 hours. That there was.
And there was the other flat earth supporter who said the same. They witnessed the 24-hour sun just flying around them.
A 24-hour sun. We obviously haven't actually seen the sun for 24 hours, but it is doing what they said it would do. Very clearly. And it is still dancing around high in the sky. So obviously we're documenting it. But yeah, you know, I said what I feel about this the whole time. Truth doesn't fear investigation. I think that we're truly trying to figure out the truth. Obviously, some people think that what we were told is the truth. I don't think that, but I do think that people need to be honest and humble and be like, whoa, you know, we were wrong. If something doesn't just pop out of the blue and all of a sudden the sun sets or something.
Which it obviously didn't do. Clasping at straws already.
When we claimed that there was no sun or 24-hour sun. So yeah, and I know a lot of people want to know what my take is in terms of how does it work and stuff. And I will, like a quick teaser, I've seen a physical demonstration that could show this working, but I do think that some of the data we're going to have from this trip may help to clarify if that is actually what's happening. But
oh, he's already seen a physical demonstration. Interesting. We'll look forward to that in the coming weeks, Witsit.
You have the sun flying around and the guy is speaking about some data. Ooh, it's very hard to admit your mistakes that you do if you build your entire income on idea that contradicts reality. Yeah, there are also theories that you cannot cross Australia, you cannot go to Antarctica, which you can do if you have enough funds, actually. So those guys, you know, they're totally busted with this final experiment. And you don't need actually to do those experiments to understand that the Earth is round. Because if you look again at this model where all of the distances are being distorted, here is the 8 hours flight, and here is roughly 12 hours flight. How could it be in this freaking model? And yes, there are flights between Australia and South America, but they're not flying like that, which according to the flat earthness would be the shortest direction. No, the flights exist over here. Then if you put the globe size of the Earth would be quite logical. You may say it's fake, but here we have the airplanes flying from South America to New Zealand and back with estimated flight time of roughly 12 hours. And if we take this map and for example fly to New Zealand, if we measure the distance, any airplane would be able to cover it. And even Concorde with infinite fuel tanks would not be able to cover this distance in 12 hours. That's funny how those guys still insist that, oh, there could be flat Earth still. Yeah, we saw the sun, but it doesn't say that the Earth is round. Alright, meanwhile, by the time guys were in Antarctica, really, some of the other flat Earth enthusiasts or influencers start to argue whether it's really happening in Antarctica, whether they stayed there for 24 hours or so, and they call their own flat Earth supporters liars and that all of this stuff is fake. It was happening like that until one of the team members decided to join the chat and call them from Antarctica directly. This is the funny part. Let's watch it.
Got someone in Discord with their mic open. Hold on. It's McToon. Is that the real McToon?
Hello. I'm in Antarctica. How you doing?
Hey, dude.
The sun did not set 24 hours.
The silence is golden, isn't it?
What are you guys up to?
24 hours now.
Yep. Did not set.
24 hours.
It did not set for 24 hours.
So you've been up for 24 hours straight? Wow.
I have.
You know, knowing MC Toon, I reckon he was expecting that question. So he made sure that he stayed up for the whole 24 hours. Nathan going for the, if you haven't personally verified it, it cannot be true. Fail, Nathan.
So has Dave McKeegan.
Both you and Dave stayed up 24 hours?
That's right.
Who else stayed up 24 hours?
I don't think anybody else in our group did the entire time, but we had different people at different times. So lots of overlap. We've had, I think the count's 10, but we have between 8 and 10 cameras that have been filming the entire time.
Okay.
Okay. Rattled. Notice how everyone else in Nathan's Discord is just silent.
Yep. Turns out Nathan... Hey Nathan, you lied. Robert Shortman lied.
Earth's measured flat, right?
Yeah, you're a liar, Nathan. You're a liar. You said the sun sets. You lied. Caught you.
And this is true. Listen to Nathan here.
In the flat Earth model, we say there isn't a 24-hour sun in the south, and there isn't.
Wow, that is embarrassing.
You're a scum. You lied.
Did you hear what Nathan just said to you?
I don't care what Nathan said. Nathan lied. He's a confirmed, proven liar, Nathan. Nathan, you're a proven liar. I'm standing in Antarctica right now, watching the sun. It did not set for 24 hours. You lied.
Now MC Toon is pressing this because Nathan has said before that he's had a plumber on his show who'd apparently been to Antarctica and claimed that the sun had set when he was there. Now this could have been outside the hours that you usually see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, but Nathan was convinced from there and told everyone.
I lied about the sun.
You certainly did. You absolutely 100% lied about the Earth. Turn off your mute button there, Nathan. Unselect that little auto mute that you got that you're married to, your life partner, the mute button. Turn it off.
Well done, MC Toon. Nathan just starts banging on about measuring the Earth as flat and then just totally ignores MC Toon for the rest of the call. Look, I'm sure there's plenty more to come from the Flurfs on this one. The meltdown truly has begun, but I will continue to keep you updated on this.
Wow, such a beef there in the flat Earth community. Someone just got fucked up. That stuff usually happens in religious cults. Well, the experiment is over and it shows that really people who support the idea of the flat Earth plus the influencers who want to profit from that theory, they all delulu, which is the short term of delusional. Well, actually it wasn't really the experiment, it was the attempt to show to those delulu people that they are wrong, but still, as expected, they continue to say that the Earth is flat, otherwise they'll lose their identity and money. Well guys, it's all what I wanted to say today. Stay awesome.